All right, let's dive into one of the biggest challenges in university life: unexpected delays. We're going to talk about how you can go from feeling totally overwhelmed by them to feeling completely in control. You know exactly how this feels, right? You've got your day mapped out perfectly: class, library, group meeting, it's all set. And then, boom, the bus doesn't show up, the Wi Fi dies, or a friend has an emergency. Just like that, your perfect plan is toast. And that's really the heart of it all. Delays are gonna happen. That's just a fact of life. But the stress that comes with them, that chaos, that's optional. And what we're going to explore is how to plan for the inevitable. So, to really get a handle on delays, we have to look them straight in the eye. Let's break down what we're actually up against and the real toll they take on your life as a student. You know, a lot of the time, the culprits are the usual suspects, things that are completely out of your hands. The train is running late again. A professor decides to change an assignment at the last minute. Your laptop picks the worst possible moment to freeze. These are the curveballs university life loves to throw. And the chain reaction is, well, it's pretty predictable, isn't it? You miss a deadline, your grade takes a hit. You lose that precious study time before a big exam, and panic starts to set in. It all just piles on, creating this vicious cycle of stress that makes it even harder to get back on track. Okay, so what's the solution? Well, here's the interesting part. Your most powerful weapon here isn't some fancy planner or a new app. It's actually all about shifting how you think about your schedule. Think of it this way: a super rigid back-to-back schedule is like a piece of glass. The second something unexpected hits it, it just shatters. But a flexible schedule, that's more like rubber. It can bend, it can adapt, and it won't break, which keeps you feeling calm and in control. So here's the big idea. Stop trying to build a perfect, delay-proof schedule. Seriously, it's impossible. Instead, your goal should be to create a realistic schedule, one that actually expects delays to happen and gives you the breathing room to deal with them. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually put this flexible mindset into practice? Let's get into the practical, everyday toolkit you can use before a delay even thinks about messing up your day. It all boils down to a pretty simple 3-step plan. First, you prioritize. Always know what absolutely has to get done today. Second, you break things down. That giant research paper, turn it into 5 or 6 smaller, manageable tasks. And third, this is the magic ingredient: you build in buffer time. Literally schedule empty blocks into your day. And here's why this system is so effective. When you prioritize, a random delay is less likely to derail your most important work, because you've probably already done it. And if you get interrupted, jumping back into a small, simple task is way easier than facing a huge project. And that contingency time? That's your safety net. It's there to absorb the shock. So, planning ahead is half the battle. But what about when a delay hits you out of nowhere? What's the playbook for that exact moment? The number one thing to do if you see a delay coming, like you know you're going to miss a deadline or be late for a group meeting, is to communicate immediately. A quick email to your professor or a text to your team isn't admitting failure. It's being responsible. And you'd be surprised how understanding people can be when you give them a heads up. And then after the chaos has passed, take just a minute to think about it. What happened? Why did that delay throw you off so much? Could a little more buffer time have helped? You know, every delay is basically a free lesson on how to make your next plan even more bulletproof. Now, if you're trying to get back into the zone after an interruption, there's a fantastic little trick called the Pomodoro technique. It's a super simple way to trick your brain back into focusing by working in these short, intense bursts. It makes getting started again so much easier. The magic is all in this one number: 25. That's it. Anyone can do something for just 25 minutes. It's not intimidating. It's a small, achievable sprint that's often just what you need to break through that feeling of being overwhelmed and get your momentum back. So let's tie all of this together. We've talked about the mindset, the toolkit, and what to do in the moment. When you combine all of this, you get a completely new way of operating. I think this quote just nails it. It's about completely reframing the situation. A delay isn't a disaster anymore. Instead, it's a pop quiz for your new skills, a chance to show how flexible and resourceful you've become. And that's the real power shift here. You're not a victim of your schedule anymore, just hoping nothing goes wrong. You're in charge. You're anticipating problems and making smart moves. You're basically becoming the hero of your own time. So this isn't just some abstract idea. This is your new game plan. Think about your week ahead. What's one thing that could go wrong? That commute? That big assignment? Now you have the tools. So which delay are you ready to face first?